Okay, in our last class, we looked at various ways to lay out a basic logo, keeping in mind just some very basic elements, things such as shape, using words and text, and a variety of fonts that might complement our style and our theme, and laying them out in different ways in terms of behind the words, images beside the words, images as part of the word, and so on. And what I'm going to show you today can help you just achieve different effects in your piece. If you notice in this one over here that I highlight, some of the word is a little bit see-through, which is called transparent. This box right here, I show a nice little gradient that goes from dark to light. In this box right here, I flipped the word artist and then made the artist very light and transparent also. So I'm going to show you how to do a few of these things. So for today's project, I'm going to want you to make at least a minimum of 10 logos. There is no maximum. You're expected to design and create and explore this program throughout the entire class. So don't get to 10 and just stop. Continue to explore with different words and images, explore with different colors, and so on. And while I always preach simplicity with your logos, it's very important just explore different colors and just to see how these relationships work. Okay, so I'm going to open up a new document, and I'm going to make it 3 pages long. Make it landscape. That allows me probably enough space to make between 9 and 10. You know what? I'm going to make it 4 pages just so we have more room. Okay. Now I'm going to go back and copy a few things from this page. I'm going to copy this logo, just Command C, highlight everything, and then boom, everything comes back. Okay, so for this particular project, the first thing I laid out was this spray paint can. So I had the can at the back. Okay, nice and simple. You get your image from anywhere. And I took this image and put it into Photoshop just to make sure that whenever I did use it, oh, this isn't the Photoshop one, but that's okay. You wouldn't see the white, but I didn't use the Photoshop one here because I put it in the back because it didn't really matter. Okay, so I'm going to take this first word artist like I did before and place it on top. And I'm going to show you now how to take this word artist, flip it, and then make it a little bit softer and see-through in its tone. So using my black arrow, click on the word artist. Okay, I'm going to Command C and then Command V to cut it. I'm going to right-click on my word artist, and I'm going to go to the transform key, and I'm going to flip it vertically. And what that does is it flicks it on its vertical axis. So now I have the word artist and artist, but it's the same. I want to now highlight all my letters, and actually, no, it's not right. Click my black arrow and highlight the box. And if I go to Effects over here on the right-hand side, there's a little button called Opacity. And when I decrease the opacity, it makes the word see-through. So you can put it on top of things and see what's behind it. Okay? So once again, click on the box, right-click to get a different menu, transform, flip vertical, and you can also flip them sideways too if you wanted to, right? I could take that word and I could flip it the other way too if you wanted to do something like that, right? But that's just showing you how to do different things. Okay, I'm going to delete that. So that's how we flip words. And I'll go back over here now. So this one is the same thing with the artist here and then the flip of the artist down below. I'm going to show you how to do this gradient box. Okay, so I'm going to take this gradient box over here, bring it down here, just copy and paste it. Okay, I'm just going to move everything over here. Cool thing about this program is, yeah, you can highlight everything and then move everything around together. Okay, or I can just highlight that and move this around. If you want to highlight everything and group it together, you can take your black arrow, highlight everything, do a right click, and click on group. And what that does is it puts everything together. So now I can just click on one thing and move it everywhere. Okay, I like it ungrouped right now because I haven't quite finished it. So I'm going to take all these 3 pieces, bring them down here. Okay, got the word artist, got my can, and here. So how we get this box to have this gradient effect, you want to go to the effects option on the right click. I got 2 things going here. I'm just going to take them both out. Okay, and there we go. So now it's just your typical orange box, which would be the same if I clicked, if I clicked on any color. Okay, but I want my orange box. and I want to give it a gradient feather, so it's darker along the top and lighter along the bottom. You can also do it darker on the side and lighter on the side. In fact, maybe I'll show you how that's done, because that might be cool if I make it lighter as it approaches my spray paint can. Okay. Click on my box, right-click for Effects, go to Gradient Feather, and this shows the tone of the gradient from dark to light. So if I want more lightness, I can move this over here, and if I want it more darkness, I can move it over there. I'm just going to keep it kind of right in the middle. And I'm going to change the direction of the gradient so I can click it. So when I go to my preview stage here, I can take a look, and it's cool. So it goes from dark, and it just gradients into its white, and ultimately it vanishes. And it looks pretty cool. Actually, I like that quite a bit. It looks very cool. Okay. Move this over a little bit. That's one way to do it. And that leaves us opportunities. Like I could take the box, copy it, take off the effect, just make it irregular orange. Maybe I'll put a yellow. I'm going to arrange it and send it all the way to the back. We talked about that, how all of these things are just layers. And I can put it behind, and now it has that killer orange to yellow, beautiful gradient on there. Look at that, it's like fire. And really, it's two boxes, right? An orange gradient box on top of a yellow box, but it just looks like this cool, hot, hot heat coming there. And I can put my artist right back on top again, the way it was before, and it just looks killer. Okay. A few other effects that you might want to explore with. I can take my word artist, copy it, bring it down here, right-click, go to Effects. So I'm going to highlight everything here. You can go to Drop Shadow, and people like to overuse Drop Shadow a little bit. But what Drop Shadow does is, you can change the color of the drop shadow, how opaque it might be. That's the see-through feature, and the direction in which you want your drop shadow to go. The default is just fine, and you click it, and you see what it does. It gives you a little shadow behind it. It looks cool, and it looks nice, but it has a tendency to be overused. So really be careful when you use it, because sometimes if you use too many effects, things get a little bit too busy. Okay, I'm going to take this again, move it down here to show you another effect. I'm going to take the drop shadow off. Okay, I'm going to show you something that's called an outer glow. Well, first I got to cancel. Let me just cancel that first. Effects, drop shadow, take it out. Okay. Okay, I'm going to highlight. I might need an image, not so much. I might need an image for this. So let me see, outer glow. You can change the color. So I'm just put red on because I'm just exploring right now. Click OK. This is the size of it, so how much you want the outer glow to go from the letters. Okay, and this is the level of opacity. But you can just click on OK, and you can see what it does. It makes your letters glow. Okay, this is called outer glow. This one's called drop shadow. This is two different color boxes to create this fire looking thing. Gradient. This is the transform flip horizontal. And of course, to get that effect, you change your opacity over here on the side. So that's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different effects that you can use as you make your logos today. Okay, I would like to see a minimum of 10 different styles of logo. I don't need to see 10 different logos with different words. I want to see you exercise your creativity by using the same word and the same item 10 times. Now, if you're struggling, yes, learning the program, learning how to design is important. So if you need to choose different words and different items, I'm fine with that. But I really want to see you test your creativity. Print it out. Make sure your name is on there somewhere on all your pages. Print it out, and away you go. So what do you do if you still, after all these weeks, don't have InDesign or Illustrator on your computer? Well, I still want you to be able to digitally design your logo. That's what's going to look the most effective and best promote your product. So I'm going to ask you to download a free program from the internet, and it looks like this. It's called Sketchbook. So all you really need to do is go to Google, type in Sketchbook app, and download it. Okay, that's it. And when you get to it, it looks something like this. Okay, and it has a lot of the same things that you would find in Illustrator or InDesign. It's got all these toolboxes where you can explore color and shape. You can add in text. You can drop in different images. So add an image just by going to File, Add Image. So you can use this the same way you would use InDesign to explore your logos today. So take 5 minutes to download Sketchbook. Okay, the icon is a little pencil. Just download it free from the internet. And then I expect you to do some design work on here. It's going to take you a little bit longer to figure out the hows because it's not the same as InDesign, but you need to work on something to start practicing your logos. So how can we make a t-shirt using our logo, using this beautiful printing press, and of course with a t-shirt? There's a few things you need to do, okay? First of all, when you've created a logo that you're sort of stoked about, we need to print it on this special printer using this special paper, okay? This is what's called transfer paper, and depending on if you have a white shirt or a colored shirt, you have to use a different style. Okay, I'm putting this on a white shirt because, as you can see, all my negative space of background around here is white. I wouldn't be able to put this on a colored shirt just because of how transfer paper works. So it'd be way too much white, way too much cutting. If I wanted to put this on a colored shirt, I'd maybe put a circle around it of a solid color, which would help me just cut out a circle instead of cut around all of these different things around the word artist. Quite simply, I'm just going to print it to my Epson printer. Okay, color, beautiful. Click OK. Just goes over here. While it's doing that, I want to take my t-shirt, okay, and I'm just going to iron it. What this does is it gets out all the wrinkles. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's nice if it's close. The temperature needs to be 175 degrees, so it needs to warm up a little bit, meaning this spot right up here, right here, this is very hot. It'll burn you. Brian Knuckles is making t-shirts. Come back over here, my image is out, so I'm going to want to cut it out, okay? When I cut it, I just want to cut it in such a way where I kind of get close, because like I said, I'm going on white paper, on a white t-shirt, so it doesn't matter too much how it looks. Just going to cut it around here. I'm getting close, but I don't have to get too close, because it'll work just sort of fine. And that's my logo. I'll sort of cut it out. I want to take it, I want to gently rip and peel the backing off. So now I'm just left with this little piece of here. I'm going to place my image right on the front of it, right in the top. I want to make sure I put one of these wax papers on top, or else the logo will stick right to the top and it's a big mess. I want to take it, I want to crunch it down. It goes for 30 seconds. As you can see, it automatically goes. I have to hold it down because the machine is oh, see, there you go. Okay, gently lift this up. Bring your t-shirt over to the side. Plop it down. I like to use my little wooden stick to roll it down, and then gently peel, and you have your beautiful artist t-shirt.